Hey guys, welcome to class today. I hope you guys are all doing well. Today we're going to talk about another really fun time in U.S. history, although it's not as prosperous as the Roaring Twenties that we talked about last week, but it's still pretty interesting. And one of the cool things is there's a lot of audio resources about this period in history. But before we get into the lesson, I have our quote of the day, which says, hold on, there you go, raise your words, not your voice. It is rain that grows flowers, not thunder. So remember that not always the loudest people are the ones whose opinion actually is taken into account by other people. Okay, so our great period of history that we're talking about today is the Great Depression, all puns intended with the Great period. So the Great Depression was the time in the 1930s where there was a huge recession sparked by the stock market crashing, which we mentioned in the last class period. And that sent off about a decade of the United States going into recession. There was huge job loss. There was a deflation in stock market, deflation in the value of the dollar. And there's also some other factors that were going on during this time. Not only economic factors, but also environmental factors that affected just this whole mess in U.S. history called the Great Depression. So, like I mentioned at the beginning, there's a lot of audio resources, and I personally love podcasts. I think they're one of the greatest things ever invented because you can listen to them while you're washing dishes or while you're doing laundry or while you're walking or exercising or anything you want to do. So, and there's literally podcasts on any topic you would ever wish for. If you want some of my best podcast recommendations, you can email me. But anyway, so we're going to be listening to one that's called A Shoe Leather or something like that, I believe, about the causes of the Great Depression as well as the events of the Great Depression. So really, really good overview. And then we are going to be listening to FDR, who was the president, during the Great Depression. He he was the first president to use radio frequently and publicly to do public addresses. So we actually get to listen to his very first fireside chat, which is what his radio addresses were called. So there's two ways that you can turn in your assignment today. Let me share my screen with you. Chin, chin, chin. And here we go, Chrome. Okay. You guys hear someone walking around upstairs. It's my host mom. She's in her bedroom. All right, so the first way that you can turn this in is through Google Form, which is what you're probably on right now. And there is a code word for today. I'll give you guys in just a second. And there's two, let's see if this is going to come up for me. There's two sections. Well, three sections technically. We have the introduction where you're watching this video right now. You'll put in your code word. Use all caps letters, please. That's how you will get into the lesson. So then we'll go to the next page. And here is the link to the podcast. You'll just click on this. And as you're listening, there's some questions that you guys are going to be answering. Some of them are multiple choice, some of them are free response. They're all graded. This one is the stock market crash. Then you're going through all of these and go to the next one on the next page. And I just realized that there are interesting things you learned about the from the fireside chat that you're going to listen to by FDR. Once you finish that, you can number them 1 through 10. You can do bullet points, whatever you want to do. But 10 interesting facts or fun facts. And then you're just going to turn in your form. If you having problems with the form for whatever reason, I'm also going to provide right here a Google Doc. It has literally the exact same thing. It's just in a Google Doc instead of the forms. Then you would attach this to your assignment and you would what's it called? And then turn it in. Make sure you turn it in at the end. Remember, you can always message me if you have any questions, send me emails, send me comments. And remember, if you need any podcast suggestions, I have them. And it's time for our code word. So our code word for today is power. Ignore my notes up in the corner. And in 2 Timothy 1:7, it says, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but a spirit of power, of love, and of sound mind." So I hope you guys are walking in the spirit of power that God has given you. All right, I love you guys. I miss you a lot. Have fun with today's lesson, and let me know if you have any questions. Bye.